Welcome to the Offshore Club's fun-filled, fact-filled, fast-paced blockbuster podcast, Coffee with Carib Carter, coming to you exclusively from where the sun never sets on the good life at a great price. And now, fill up your favorite coffee mug and join your expert and your guide, Carib Carter Clues.
Hello, and welcome to Coffee with Carib Carter, episode 53. We are now beginning our second year together. And you know, I was thinking early when I was putting the show together of how happy it makes me to get a chance to be with you. And I was reminded of when Buchanan, James Buchanan, the president, one-term president, left office in 1861, and he passed by Abraham Lincoln on the way in. He preceded Lincoln. And he said to Lincoln as he passed by, if you are as happy to be entering this place as the White House, as I am to be leaving it, you're one of the happiest people on the face of the earth. Okay. Buchanan did not like being president. Well, folks, if you are half as happy to get together every week on Coffee with Carib Carter with me as I am to get together with you, you're one of the happiest people on the face of the earth. And I hope that's the case. I really do. I hope and I pray that's the case, because it's just that I look forward to it every week. I look forward to being with you and sharing the good life at a great price in Central and South America. Fun in the sun, sand, and beach. It's fun, sand, and surf. You just can't beat it. You can't beat it. You got to make that move, folks. You got to make that move. Today, we have a great show. I have a tremendous interview with someone I know is one of your favorite people. She's been on maybe 4 times, maybe 5 times. And she's always great. And she's always entertaining and delightful and very, very informative and enlightening. Charlotte Tweed. Okay. I know some of you right now shaking your head and saying, oh, yeah, that's great. We love it when you interview her, when you and her talk, Carib Carter. And today, coming to us once again from Mexico, she not only is going to tell us about Escape Artist, that she is the big honcho at, and Insiders Magazine, that she's the editor, which is the best magazine on the international lifestyle out there. Okay, monthly magazine. She is also going to tell us about a new podcast that she is going to be doing at Offshore.club every Tuesday. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I don't want to step on our own lines here, and let her tell about it. She's better than I am at discussing it. It's going to be a great podcast. Every Tuesday it's going to come to you you can go to the website, offshore.club, and see it, or just subscribe to the Offshore Club Gazette. It's free and you get it every day. So on Tuesdays, it'll have Charlotte's new show. Okay. I'm not even going to tell you the name. Let her tell you the name, because you're going to get a kick out of it. All right. You're going to get a kick out of it. We have a incredible $1,000 listing Caribbean. I'm going to take you to the sun-drenched white sand shore of the Atlantic coast, to the Dominican Republic. Okay, we've been there once before, and we got a lot of you wrote to me and said, wow, that was a great deal. You brought us from the Dominican Republic. And I think this one is as good as, if not better, as good as, if not better than the one I brought you a couple weeks ago. Okay, Dominican Republic. It's a great place, very safe, very secure, fun in the sun. Everything you could want is right there. And when you see this home, not only the home itself, but where it is, okay, and you hear the incredibly low price, about, I'd say, maybe 1/6 of what you'd pay in the U.S., okay, you're going to be blown away. I promise you. So stay tuned for today's $1,000 listing, Caribbean. It's a great place. I'd buy it myself if I didn't just have bought a home in Honduras. My second home in Honduras, folks, I put my money where my mouth is because I believe in it. You know, years ago, I was working in the U.S. Senate, And they asked me to write, it was Ronald Reagan's first inaugural address. And they asked me, would you write a memo to the president? I was director of communications for the Senate majority. Any advice you might have on the inaugural address? And my biggest advice to him was find somebody who really agrees with you to write it. Okay. They're all ghostwritten. Because as I put it, you can't sell what you don't buy. Okay. That's why I've bought 2 homes in Central America so far, and I'm looking for a 3rd in Nicaragua, because I really believe when I'm telling you, it is the time to invest south of the border. Okay. Don't pass up on this opportunity. And for years, kick yourself in the rear end because you missed the opportunity of a lifetime. You know, got to do it. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Okay. Don't miss out. And we also have a great Carib Carter motivational minute, all about the words we speak, and how the words we speak shape our lives. Okay. How they shape our lives. Before we get to any of that, I want to do 2 things. Okay. I want to do 2 things. I was going to do an extensive Mad Max moment, because I haven't done one in a while. Okay. Hold on a second. I know some of you out there are saying, man, you shouldn't use nasal spray. Folks, I got to breathe. A Mad Max moment. Mad Max moment is when I tell you, normally I love Coffee with Carib Carter to focus on why you should go and how great it is for you when you get to Central or South America, to the Caribbean, to these wonderful, wonderful cities, towns, countryside down there, beaches, rainforest, mountains. Mad Max moment is when I tell you why you need to get out of the U.S. So I'm just going to put it point blank, because it is. Look, it ain't getting any better, okay? It's getting worse. One of the ways it's getting worse is the incredible inflation. And I did a Carib Carter minute on it late last week, that I'm going to share with you now. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I'm being a little egotistical showing you a video of myself, but it really got a tremendous response when I posted. I do, by the way, a Carib Carter minute every day on at the Offshore Club Friendship Village. Okay. Off there it is, right? Just go there. Every day I do a Carib Carter minute where I just share with you my thoughts that day based upon what's going on around us, and helping you make your move south of the border. So this is one that got the greatest response I've ever received. I mean, comments, emails, calls, text messages. So I want to share it with you. It's all about inflation. And when you watch it, number one, you're going to be nodding, saying, yeah, exactly. And number 2, hopefully it's going to help you understand you don't have to live like that. So, super producer Gary, let's roll it. Hi, it's Carib Carter, and I want to share with you an interesting column I read by Jeffrey Tucker yesterday. Jeffrey Tucker, by the way, is to me the most illuminating and enlightened political commentator on the scene today, political economic commentator, I probably should say. And you can, by the way, you can find his work at jeffreytucker.me, okay, or at brownstoneinstitute.org. But jeffreytucker.me, brownstoneinstitute.org. I know Jeffrey. He is a tremendous guy, a wonderful person, and a true intellect. And he pointed something out. He said, they're telling us the inflation rate is 7%, 7.8, whatever. It lies. He said if you want to know what the real inflation rate is, take a look at the price that Amazon Prime has raised for its membership over the past, I think in the last week or so, 16.9%. Okay, that's real world stuff. Look, Amazon is very, very fastidious about making money. So if it tells you it had to raise its prime price by 16.9%, that gives you some indication of what the real inflation rate is. And please understand, it is not going to come down, because for it to come down, the Biden Fed, his folks over there, have to stop printing $120 billion of fiat money a month. And he has to stop spending like a drunken sailor, introducing one big spending bill after another. He has to reverse his single pen stroke executive order that destroyed the energy industry independence in this country as soon as he got into office. Okay? Think your heating bill. Think what it cost you at the gasoline pump now. It's going to keep going up because with a single stroke of the pen, Mr. Biden destroyed our energy independence, which Trump had achieved in his 4 years. So the bottom line there is they don't care. you don't see any massive move by Biden to get this inflation under control, not by Congress. They're all they're isolated and they're insulated, but you're not. And that's why you need to look offshore. There you say, there you go again, Carib Carter. Yeah, there I go again. I'm not trying to sell you, but I'm going to try and tell you. You know, they say your best friends won't tell you. I'm your best friend, and I'm telling you, for the same money, let's say you have some residual income. Today, almost all of you can work remote. For the same money that you're getting paid now and you're seeing eaten up in inflation, and by the way, rising taxes. Just got my property tax bills through the roof. For the same money that's being wasted by you on all that now, you can live like royalty south of the border. So check it out. Just check it out. Consider it. And I urge you, now's the time to make your move. Let's do this thing. There you have it, folks. Look, that's the real world. And that I'm not being political. It's not politics. It's economics. It's economics that hit your pocketbook. And I don't want to stay on Mad Max much longer because I have a real positive presentation for you, but that I've never done before. It won't take long, but I want to share it with you to help you find some other great stuff online about living offshore. But let me say this. If you think for 1 minute that the politicians in Washington give a tinker's damn about the fact that they are inflicting you with outrageous inflation, and it's going to get worse. It's going to hit 20 to 25%. I've told you, I'm telling you again, within the next couple of months, because they won't stop, because they don't care. Well, you might say, Carib Carter, how can you say they don't care? Well, here's how, okay? Here's how. See this? Go to Open Secrets and go to the net worth of the politicians in Washington now. They do not live like you, and in fact, they don't even like you. Okay, let me put it this way. You're being hit with inflation that is robbing you blind. That is making it impossible for you to pay your bills. Okay, it just is. And it almost makes me speechless. Within my case, those of you who are regular Carib Carter cadre members know it's pretty difficult. But the inflation's outrageous. Double the tax price, double heating and energy. And why don't the politicians in Washington care? Well, maybe here's one of the reasons. Mark Warner, senator from Virginia, he's the chairman of the Senate Finance Committee. His job is to stop the kind of inflation that's destroying your life, okay, robbing you blind. That's his job. Oh, but Mr. Warner, his net worth is, are you ready? $348 million. I'm pausing. $348 million that guy's worth. Do you think he gives one moment's thought, one waking moment to worrying about you paying your bills? Do you think the thought of trying to make ends meet ever crosses his mind? No, it doesn't, and he doesn't care that it burdens your mind. I'm sorry, I worked in Washington 40 years. I know these people. Well, maybe Nancy Pelosi will step up to the fore and help us, okay? Maybe San Fran Nan will step up and say, we've got to get this inflation under control, because she's only worth $242 million. How does that compare with your income? How does that compare with your income? Pretty shabby, huh? Pretty shabby. Pretty damn shabby. Somebody with that kind of money, do you think I was going to say, when she pumps the gas, do you think she's ever bothered by the price? She doesn't pump the gas, her chauffeur does. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. Dianne Feinstein, her fellow California senator, $120 million. Well, but don't forget, all three of those, Carter, were Democrats. Maybe the Republicans will help fight inflation. Well, not if you ask for Mitch McConnell's help. Mitch, old Mitch there, China Mitch, his net worth is $54 million. He's supposed to be representing you. He's supposed to be representing you. Do you think when he scans his groceries, he has the same feelings of horror that you do when you see the prices skyrocket on everything? Beep, beep, higher, higher. No, number one, he doesn't scan his own groceries. He sends the maid to do that, or the servants. And number two, even if he did, he's worth $54 million, which you have to wonder how a guy his salary for the past 30 years, 40 years has been 100 to 200,000. Do the math. He's worth $54 million. And that's how much they admit to having. Folks, come on. Even those who say they don't make a lot, you have Ron Portman on the finance committee again. He's there to help you because he's concerned. He knows how you feel when you get hit by ruinous inflation. He's worth $15 million. Well, maybe Elizabeth Warren. She's always, remember when she announced for president, she had a beer in her hand. I'm one of you. Smack you on the back. Hey, dang. She's worth $8 million. Folks, the reason this inflation doesn't stop is because they don't care. So what's the alternative? They don't care about the inflation, as I said in the Carib Carter moment. So it's time for you to stop caring about being around them. They're not representing you. Move south of the border, where if you have an income of $2,000 a month, I'll say it again, you can live like a king or a queen. And even the elite, the wealthy down there, are much nearer to what your income will be. Okay. So, they show you. Years ago, I said the salary of a member of Congress ought to be the exact median income of where they represent. It ain't never going to happen because they don't want to live like you. That's why they're not fighting inflation. That's why you need to get out of the country. Period. Done. Okay. Enough Mad Max. Let's get happy again. Folks, I got to make this quick because we're running out of time. And we have a lot to do yet. We have this great interview coming up, plus the $1,000 listing. I love the fact that you tune in to Coffee with Carib Carter. But I also want you to look at other places to find out what it's like to live south of the border. So let me show you some of the places I look, okay? This is a great, great website, okay? This is 1,000,000 JP. They're in Ecuador, and their videos are outstanding. If you want to know what it's like to live in Ecuador, to live south of the border, in this case in South America, their videos are fantastic. Both of them, they tell you what it's like. They're honest, and they're upbeat. They're enjoyable to listen to, and they give you the lowdown on essentially the high price and the high life and the low prices. Okay, so check that out. 1,000,000 JP. Okay, just go to YouTube, type in 1,000,000 JP. Here's another one I love. I love this guy, Ronan Blue. Okay, Ronan Blue. His pieces he does on various countries throughout Central and South America are outstanding. He really is very, very good, and you get a feel for it. I always want you to have a feel for it, because once you get a feel for it, you're going to start longing for it. It's just that simple. Nomad Capitalist. I know Andrew Henderson. Good show. He talks about your assets. Of course, the greatest asset protection expert is our own Joel Nagel, and you can watch him every Thursday at Offshore.club on Joel Nagel's Global Wealth Fortress Report. But Andrew's very, very good, and he tells you what it's like to live in the countries that, as a nomad capitalist, He travels around. Excellent videos, folks. I want you to watch it. Check these videos out. Just when you get a chance, you're sitting in front of the computer, you have a few minutes. Another guy, excellent work. Ted Leffel, once again, generally goes all over Central and South America and tells you what life is really like there, especially for those of you who are young. He's your age, and you're going to identify with this guy. Great videos, fascinating topics. Then some specific ones. I love this one. That expat mom. Okay. She's in El Salvador. And for those of you who are young and have children, you wonder to yourself, yeah, but what about married life and raising children? She's very good. You know, at Offshore Club, we have our own expat mom, Elisa Esquivel. Well, you'll also like that expat mom there in El Salvador. Great video. Well worth watching. And finally, I love Chris and Tova's adventure. Again, this one's specific. Nicaragua. Okay, you know, I love Nicaragua. They do too. And their videos telling you about places throughout Nicaragua are excellent. And they're nice folks. So check those out. Do yourself a favor. You know, I love the fact you watch Coffee with Carib Carter and the other great podcasts throughout the week at Offshore Club. But check out these websites I just shared. Go to YouTube, type in the names I just gave you. Check out International Living. Check out Leaf and Leaf Simon and Kathy Petticord's Live and Invest Offshore. I know them. They're wonderful people. I wrote for International Living years and years ago. Check it all out. The more you learn, the more you're going to want to live offshore. Okay. And I know it's good for you. And that's why I recommend it. All right. And now let's talk to one of our favorite offshore experts who has some great news for us and is, I know you love her like I do. So let's visit with our lady in Mexico, Charlotte Tweed. Charlotte, welcome. Welcome to Coffee with Carib Carter. How are you?
I'm good, Carter. Thanks for having me again.
It's great to see you again. How is everything in sunny Mexico?
Very good. Sunny. I'm sitting on a different angle this week than last time we talked because the sun came around and I was near about cooking by the end of our chat. So I've taken a different position under the skylights.
Well, we start here in York. We started out the day with a ice storm, not a rainstorm, an ice storm. I awakened at 5 to the sound of my neighbors scraping it off their windshields. And, you know, I thought to myself, you know, the nice part about what Charlotte has living there in Mexico is if you live in Mexico, you never have to scrape it off your windshield or shovel it off your walk.
No scraping windshields here. The weather has been perfect. It's where we are is the land of eternal spring. So it's every day has been sunny and bright. No icy sidewalks.
No icy sidewalks. No icy sidewalks. I have to worry about slipping and you get a bask in the sun. Let's talk. We have an incredible announcement to make. About a new show. But before we get to that, how are things at Escape Artists, folks? You'll recall Charlotte is the honcho at escapeartist.com, a sister organization of the Offshore Club. How are things at Escape Artists and what's coming up?
Things are doing well. The next edition of Escape Artist Insiders Magazine is coming out March 1st. So we're putting the finishing touches on that, getting that ready. And this month's articles, not all of them, but the theme of the magazine is tax compliance to fit in with the month of March. Everything that everyone loves so much, but taxes are not all bad. There's some silver linings in the articles that we've got. So,
well, you know, I obviously the timing is perfect, and I already showed everybody earlier in the show this envelope I got today. This is from the I picked up the wrong envelope. This is the tax envelope. I got my third tax envelope from the county. Okay. And I've received them from the city, and I still have the state and the federal. the American people, I've already said, American people are being wiped out by taxation. And so I'm thrilled that this month's Insider magazine helps people understand there is an alternative to being robbed blind by the U.S., the state, and the local government, right?
There is. And, a lot of people too, we have some digital nomad focused tax articles as well. And there are tax exemptions that do apply to people for moving to a different country that maybe doesn't even charge you income tax. So there, like I said, there's silver linings. You just need to get educated, and our magazine is the perfect place to do that.
And it's Insiders Magazine, folks, and it is Charlotte is the editor. She does an incredible job. It is a great read. It is if it were in print form, I'd say it's a coffee table magazine, because they can read it all month. They can refer to the articles back and forth. And how do they subscribe? Folks, you need to subscribe to Insiders Magazine. Trust me, it's the best international magazine available. I was going to say on the web, but look, period. Anywhere. How do people subscribe?
Just go to escapeartist.com, and there is a subscribe tab on the website where you can sign up for an annual subscription.
Fantastic. There it is right there. Good. And is there still a special deal?
There is a special deal right now. It's $79 for the year. Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's great. $79 a year. That comes out to, I'm so bad at math.
Me too.
Let's see, $10 a year be $120, $5 a year be $60. So we're looking at maybe $6 a month. I said a year, a month. It's
our articles are, folks. Yeah. The articles are from international experts. So
yeah,
I haven't seen another international magazine or expat magazine that even compares to what we put out.
No, it is really, folks, in-depth knowledge. I have a column in there myself this month where I repeatedly call the IRS liars. So I'm expecting a real big audit this year. I'm expecting the knock on the door, maybe even drag me away when you finally publish it.
Well, if you were in Canada, you'd probably get dragged away and locked up, and your bank account seized and everything like that. But I better not go there either, or I'll be the next one.
That's right. You are Canadian, so you can't say anything. Yeah. The Trudeau Nazis will come after you, reach down into Mexico to get you. So you have to be careful. Oh, thank God, folks. That's one of the advantages of making your move offshore. You can escape all this crapola. That's not a bad word. That's in the dictionary. Yeah, you can escape all this. So let's talk now. We've covered the waterfront on escapeartist.com, which, folks, is a great website. Check it regularly. Subscribe to the newsletter. Buy Insiders Magazine. Less than you would pay for, let's see, $6. I don't think you can get anything for $6 nowadays.
I don't think you can get a coffee at Starbucks for that anymore, can you?
I don't think you even can. No. And so let's talk about the new show that will be every Tuesday at insider.club. It'll be in the free newsletter, the Offshore Club Gazette, on Tuesdays, a new podcast featuring Charlotte doing one of the things she does best. And if you've ever read any of her articles where she talks about where she is, this podcast is going to be fantastic for that, because she's great at making you feel like you're there with her. What's it called?
Charlotte's Wandering Web.
I absolutely love it. And I have read articles you've written for Escape Artists where you really talk about, you take people with you where you're going, and you're really a master at it. It's a gift to be able to say, look, folks, I'm in this locale or at this restaurant, and here's what it's like, and make them feel like you're sitting right there beside him. So what types of things, or where are you going to take us with Charlotte's Wandering Web?
Gosh, I love travel, and the type of travel we're doing right now, it's different because where we're going, trying to be like locals, because we're looking for our new winter or forever home. So really immersing ourselves in the destination, getting to know the people, getting to know the small towns in the area. When I do my travel writing, I do like to engage all the senses. So I talk about, a lot of the times travel writers will just talk about what they see.
Yeah.
So I try to talk about what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel. So that's what I'll be talking about. So
It's fantastic.
Destinations that we're in now, and probably past destinations too, that we have considered or are at the top of our lists.
So we're going to get to go to small towns with you, right?
Yeah, I love small
We're going to
towns.
get to go to cities in Mexico with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just delightful. You know what? As we're talking about it, I feel like I'm starting to get the feel of, and if I say this, you might say, I've never heard of that in my life. I'm starting to get the feel of diners, drive-ins, and dives. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, I love that show. Love that show. Whenever we would go to the States, whenever we went somewhere, so we went to Nashville, I'll use that as an example. I went on the Food Network and I researched that show and found the diners, drive-ins, and dives that Guy Fieri would talk about. And that's where we would go eat. And you have the best ribs and chicken that you've ever had in your life.
With
For a great price, too.
Guy Fiero, yeah, and that's what I'm getting to feel, folks. If you've ever seen it, you know, you don't just feel like you were there; you're there. And with Charlotte's Wandering Web, you are going to be at these places because she brings it alive. I mean, as I said, that is a gift. That's a gift.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
And so we're going to be walking down maybe dirt roads or sandy beaches or cobblestone streets with you, right?
Yes. Yep. And Mexico has all those.
Now I was going to say we're going to be going to a bullfight, but I'm not sure Mexico has bullfights.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. And Spain outlawed, I'm sure Spain's outlawed them as well.
You think what?
I think Spain has, because Spain was that was a very popular thing in Spain. Mexico used to have bullfights eons ago, but
I think
I don't think
Mexico had them,
anymore.
and then they decided not to kill the bull anymore. You know, I lived in Spain for a year. Let me give you a little
did you?
portion.
Okay.
I lived in Spain for a year, and I went to a couple bullfights. Okay, it was a little brutal for me, but then I went, and I was in Mexico City. I was in Madrid. So, but I drove up to Toledo, okay, which is a town in Spain, and they had a small bull ring, okay, and with young bullfighters. And I was thrilled to see that in Toledo, with these young bullfighters, almost apprentice, the bull would win. I mean, I remember these are also young bulls, okay? So I didn't see people get horribly gored, but I did see a lot of people do several flips up in the air while they were learning their trade. But you're not going to be taking us to any Mexican bullfights because they don't have them there.
No,
maybe
I don't think they do.
A Mexican.
Even if they did, that's not my thing.
No, that is not. No, definitely not. Maybe I know Mexico has baseball, and has, of course, soccer. Incredible.
Yeah, soccer.
Yeah. I would love to. Oh, there we go. A note from our producer. Mexico's trying to ban it entirely. Yeah. Well, there we go. Well, good for the Bulls. I guess they're going to win that round. So so maybe you will take us to a soccer game. I'd love to have the flavor. I went to them a couple of them when I lived in Honduras. Real Honduras, La Ceba's soccer team, and it was pretty fascinating. They're very avid. These soccer fans. Yeah, so I want you to go to a soccer game, if you don't mind, with Charlotte's Wandering Web and describe for us how avid they are, okay?
That would be right up my husband's alley. He's the big sports fan. So
he is?
He is a big sports fan. When we were in Belgium, we went to a soccer game in Antwerp with his cousins, and it was a highlight of his life. So whenever we go to different countries, we have to stop, and that's what he wants to see is the stadiums. So he stops, we take a picture of him out front of the stadium. So he has a nice collection of those.
Fantastic. What do you think is Now you've lived in Mexico now for what, 3 months?
When did we get here? We got here the middle of December. Yeah, January,
Yeah,
February.
so almost that.
Yeah.
And had you ever been to Mexico before?
I had only been to Mexico once before, and that was Playa del Carmen. We went for a week with a group of friends, and we stayed on a resort. And we went off to go to Playa del Carmen. We took the ferry over to Cozumel, and we took a trip to Chichen Itza as well.
Very nice. So you're going to be taking us to all those places over the next couple of months?
Taking where we can. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a place where I would like you to take folks, because I haven't spent a lot of time in Mexico, but I did go to this city and I was blown away by it. It's right on the water, right on the ocean, Chetumal, Mexico.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you familiar with Chetumal?
I am.
That's
the one that's close by Belize. I haven't been there.
It is right across the whatever that water is from Belize.
Yes, that channel. Yeah.
Yeah, right across the channel. And I'm telling you, I think it was kind of like it combined a modern American city with a quaint Mexican city. And it was on the beach, but you didn't have that resorty feel to it. So I just fell in love with it. So I'm going to be.
Yeah, when we were in Belize, the border was still closed. Otherwise, I would have loved to have went.
Yeah, right across
check it out and see. So
Chetumal.
Yeah.
So good. All right. I think we have a lot to now, folks. This is going to start not this coming Tuesday, but Tuesday. And here I have no calendar. So it would probably be the first Tuesday in March, I would think. Right?
It would be. Yes,
or
I'm
is
trying
this
because
coming Tuesday, the first Tuesday.
Monday is the 28th. So March 1st.
So it's not going to be March, it'll be March 8th.
Okay.
The second Tuesday in March. Excellent. Unless March has 29 days this year, does it? No. Okay.
February.
So,
no.
So there's no Sadie Hawkins Day this year. All right. So on March 8th, we're going to start with the new podcast, folks, that you're going to absolutely love with Charlotte's Wandering Web. And she's going to take us with her wherever she goes. It's fantastic. And I am looking forward to it. I am really looking forward to it. And folks, send in your suggestions on where you want her to go. Pick a spot in Mexico and say, will you visit there, and tell us what it's like. I think that'd be fantastic. Will you do that for us?
I will do the best that I can.
Charlotte, thank you very, very much. As usual, this has been wonderful. It's great to see you again. I'm glad you're down there in the sun, and pray for it to come this way. Send a little of it this way, if you do not mind. We have had enough of this inclement weather for a lifetime.
It's the weather here has been my favorite weather that we've had so far since we left. It's just absolutely perfect for my Canadian blood.
Thank you. Just rub it in. All right. Yeah. Charlotte, thank you very much.
Thanks, Carter.
You for joining us. And we will see you on March the 8th with Charlotte's Wandering Web. Fantastic. All right. I'll drink to that. Again. Excellent. Thank you.
Bye.
Fantastic. Folks, you're going to love it, because she really, everything she's written when she's been traveling, you felt like you were there. It's like you are there. And now you're going to actually have a podcast where you're going to be there. She's going to show you on video while she's telling you about it. So that's something to look forward to. Charlotte's Wandering Web. It'll start at noon on March 8th at the Offshore Club, offshore.club. And make sure to subscribe to the newsletter, because the Offshore Club Gazette, because then it'll be delivered right to your inbox. Wherever she goes will be in your inbox. You can't beat that for convenience, right? So let's always tell you, let's do this thing. And now let's do our, speaking of you are there, being there, enjoying it, seeing new and different places. Let's do our $1,000 listing Caribbean. Let me turn around and get it for us. As I said at the outset of the show, I'm very excited about this one. I think you are going to love it. Love it. Matter of fact, I know you are. It's a great deal. Incredible residence. A great deal. Now, let me preface something here, because very important. Folks, when I tell you about these properties that I'm suggesting to you, check it out. I don't make any money on these, okay? I don't get a commission. If you buy the one I'm showing you today, I don't get a commission on it. That's not the point. I'm the president of the Offshore Club. That's what I do, and I love it. And I have nothing against selling homes. I love realtors. I love what they do. They help a lot of people, but I don't do this for commission. I do this because I want you to live the good life at a great price. Okay. I want you to live the good. And when I tell you about these places, they are the good life at a great price. As a matter of fact, properties like today are a great life at a great price. And you just contact them and negotiate your deal. Okay. I said the other day, I was doing Mike Cobb's show. It's a great show that's on every Friday. The Offshore Investor Report. I don't sell, I tell. Okay. Yeah, as I said on the show, you always hear that your best friends won't tell you when it comes to offshore properties, homes, investments. I am your best friend, and I will tell you these are great deals. Okay. Right now, it's still a buyer's market south of the border. So buy. And here's one for you right now to give you an example. Here we go. Today, we are going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. Okay. Remember, we went to Dominican Republic before. There's the Vivian listing. Very often, I go to Vivian. See it there? Let me put real close for you there. VIVUN. By the way, write down that number. That's the number you put in the upper. When you go to vivian.com, there's a little box in the upper right-hand corner. Type in that number, and it's going to tell you all about the property and give you a chance to contact the person selling it, which in this case, by the way, is the owner. So that you can get in touch with them and negotiate a great price for yourself. Dominican Republic, just so make sure we all know what we're talking about. Here's where the Dominican Republic is. Okay. Notice over there near Puerto Rico and Cuba in I think that's the West Caribbean, I believe. I always get them mixed up. Maybe it's the East Caribbean. I don't know. But you can see where it is. All right. Between Cuba and Puerto Rico. By the way, I just read they're building a wall. Dominican Republic it is between it and Haiti. Unfortunately, that's life. Here's it. Now, I told you we're looking in Puerto Plata. Okay. There's your close-up. Okay. I'm showing you all this because you notice it's right on the Atlantic Ocean. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous community, Puerto Plata, right on the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so now I put it all in perspective for you. And here is let me show you the home real quick. And I'm going to come back and show it to you again, just to put it in, so you know what we're talking about as we go on here. This is the home. Okay, let me get it right. Hold on, get my head out of the way. Is that gorgeous? Is that gorgeous? We're talking about this gorgeous home, okay, in Puerto Plata, which is this. Yeah, I think you'd like that. Talk about fun in the sun, sand, and surf. Okay, that's Puerto Plata. Let me read to you here. I don't often do this, but let me read to you. It's from Tripadvisor. I just love this description about Puerto Plata, where that home is I just showed you. And I'm going to tell you the price. You're going to be blown away. Well-priced, all-inclusive beach resorts are the norm around Puerto Plata. Take a cable car to the peak of Mount Isabel de Torres. Enjoy a concert at the amphitheater facing the Atlantic Ocean. Folks, this is dreamland stuff. Visit the 16th century San Felipe Fortress. Explore the nearby falls of Damajuega. Snorkel off the beautiful island of Cayo Arena, or play around the Gulf in spectacular settings. Then discover the neighboring towns of Cabarete, a kiteboarding hub, okay? And Sosua, terrible with Spanish, aren't I? Hard to believe I'm married to a Honduran. A picturesque beach spot. So there you go, folks. That's Tripadvisor. And when you check out Vivian, you're going to get everything they talk to when you check out this home. If you decide, I'm going to grab that up, I am going to grab that up. There it is again. It's a beautiful home, okay? That's a beautiful home. So let me read you the description of it. Okay. Magnificent 2-bedroom condo for sale. 2 bedrooms, 2 full baths, 14-foot ceilings in the living and dining areas. It's pretty luxurious, folks. Completely furnished. Includes all appliances, washer, dryer, air conditioner, linen, kitchenware, everything. This is turnkey. This is turnkey, and it's very near the beach I just showed you, the shopping area. Look at this. I showed you the outside. Here's just one of the rooms inside. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that window. Look at that living room. And you get all that furniture with it, by the way. That all comes with it. When you step outside your home, you have 2 directions to go in. One, head down to the beach. That's a different beach picture, by the way. That's the beach right outside your door, okay? If you decide to opt for this home, that's right outside your door. Or turn to the other direction and enjoy shopping district. You know, I'm a Baltimore City kid, so I love shopping districts. That's very, very nice, folks. This is a gorgeous resort area. Gorgeous resort area. You get that home, 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in that home. See the second floor up there? We just looked out those windows, remember, together? Okay. Okay, and what's the price? You ready? I'd say in a comparable location in the U.S., right on the beach, or, you know, gorgeous, beautifully built home in a resort community. You're probably looking at 600,000, you think, 700,000 easily. Think of South Beach, Miami, any of the Palm Beach, any of those places. Well, let's see here. What do we find here? $110,000. And it has in parentheses, negotiable, negotiable. So negotiate. Offer 90. Offer 90. There it is, folks. There it is. Okay. Check it out. Again, look at the number. Type that number in. Check it out for yourself. This is a great deal on a beautiful home. Go live there full time and you're living on the beach. Life's a beach. Life, there's the number. Life's a beach. For you, life will be a beach in your own gorgeous condo in a beachfront community. Okay, with all of the amenities. Vacation home, second home, rental. Remember, this is a Puerto Plata is a resort area, is a vacation spa. So you probably make back a rental on that in just virtually overnight. Okay, check that out. Check it out. I urge you to make your investment. You cannot lose. Remember what Mark Twain said? Invest in property. They can't make more of it. Well, when you talk about beachfront property, they definitely can't make more of it. And this is your opportunity. So jump on it. Jump on it. Check it out. Check it out. I think you're going to love it. I think you're going to love it. And just to make sure you do check it out, that you don't say, you know what? I just looked at my notes and guess what? I have a video to show you. I went right by it. I went right by it. I was so excited about showing you all the pictures and what it looks like in pictures. I forgot I have a video. This is a video of Puerto Plata. Thank God I finally glanced down instead of just keep gabbing. Gary, run this video, folks. When you see this, you're going to be going to Vivian and typing in that number. Let's roll it. You know what? I could have saved myself a lot of words and you a lot of listening to me had I just rolled that video in the first place. I remember when I first saw that video, honest to God, I thought to myself, I ought to buy this place. But as you know, I already bought one of my $1,000 listing Caribbeans at La Ceiba Beach Club in Honduras about 6 months ago. So, you know, if I hadn't done that, I may make a bid on this one. I'd offer 90. That's just me. But great deal, great video. Folks, if you can watch that video and not say to yourself, wow, I would like to be there, then I don't even know what to tell you, you know, because I know you did. I know you looked at it and said that. And so just to make sure you said it, I want to now run the Carib Carter, talk to you about the Carib Carter motivation moment, which is all about saying things, okay? You know, as some of you know, the regular viewers know, my dad was a minister. And so, you know, I always, you know, just was impressed with biblical passages that tried to help you learn how to live in ways that were going to be positive for you, right? My dad was a very positive minister, helping people to live well. And he used to quote the scripture verse that really points out the importance of what you say to yourself, okay? You know, I just said you need to say to yourself, I'm going to grab that one. You need to say to yourself, I'm going to make my move offshore. I'm going to live the good life at a great price offshore. I'm going to live my dreams, because what you say is what you do. Okay. My father used to quote James 3:4. I'll read it to you. It's not a sermonette, but it's a good verse. Okay. Behold also the ships. Paul wrote this. Paul was the greatest positive thinker in history. Behold also the ships, which though they be great, are driven of fierce winds, yet they are turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Even so, the tongue is a little member that doth great things. Okay. So it's what you say to yourself. It's what you tell yourself. It's why, you know, I always tell people, never, ever say negative things to yourself. Honest to God, folks, don't do it, because your brain is like a computer. It only does what you input. So if you input negative things into it, it's going to act on them. If you input positive things, like, I'm going to buy that incredible place in Puerto Plata, your brain's going to start figuring out how. That's what your brain does for you. You plan a thought, it figures out how. Okay. Matter of fact, here is one of my favorite people. I know some people don't like him, but I really like the guy. In the next 1 minute, I want you to watch this 1 minute video where Joel Osteen says better than I just did how important what you tell yourself is. So let's roll it, Gary.
The scripture says we will eat the fruit of our words. You are planting seeds when you talk. At some point, you're going to eat that fruit. My challenge is make sure you're planting the right kind of seeds. If you want apples, you have to sow apple seeds. If you want oranges, you can't plant cactus seeds, poison ivy seeds, mushroom seeds. You're going to reap fruit from the exact seeds that you've been sowing. In other words, you can't talk negative and expect to live a positive life. You can't talk defeat and expect to have victory. You can't talk lack, not enough, can't afford it, never get ahead, and expect to have abundance. If you have a poor mouth, you're going to have a poor life. If you don't like what you're seeing, start sowing some different seeds.
There you have it, folks. There you have it. Your words govern your actions. And so I want you to give yourself positive words, all right? Give yourself positive words about every aspect of your life. Because guess what? You really are as good as you say you are. But you got to say it first. Remember what Muhammad Ali used to say, I'm the greatest. I am the greatest. And somebody said, well, that's supposed to. He said, it ain't bragging if you can do it. Well, folks, you can do it. You can do it. Feed yourself on it. Tell your brain, get busy, make my dreams come true. Here's what they are. And it's going to happen. All right. So as I tell you every week on Coffee with Carib Carter, thanks for joining me, and let's do this thing.